So this year Piko have produced this fantastic set in HO scale, and we are selling them as the set. They come in two parts. My view on this is, for something like this you want the complete train, and it's a nightmare getting the two pieces together, you know, later on when one part or the other part is sold out. So we have the complete 8-car set, the Class 101 loco and all the intermediary coaches and the cab control car. So huge boxes. If I put it up on the end, it shows the contents of each box, and if we have a quick look on the back, it shows it from the cab control end. So the Metropolitan was this beautiful train designed to recreate the luxury of the past and to try and take back business travellers from the Hamburg to Cologne route who just hopped on a plane. So it's much more ecological, shall we say, and perhaps sensible in security to just run a train between the two cities and produce a really luxurious train. So there's wooden fittings inside, and no expense was spared in producing the coaching stock. They are custom coaches, and 2 sets were completed. So they look similar to standard coaches, but they are actually very different from the standard Deutsche Bahn coaches. 4 of the Class 101s were painted in the silver livery to run the route. So here's the complete train in the 2 boxes. We've got loco, cab control car, and then the intermediary coaches. They're all connected electronically, and the coaches all have lights fitted. I'll show some of the features on the track. I haven't got enough room or a sensible place to film the whole train, sadly. I'd need a really nice layout if someone would build me one. It seems sensible to start at the front of the train. We've got the logo here and coach number 1, and really nicely each coach has a number on one of the doors, so you can put them in order. Coach 1 always has to be at the front of the train. It has a black connector at this end and a grey connector at this end. The grey connector has got 4 connections, so it does the lighting and pickup. The black connection only has 2, so the loco passes power down through the train, but it doesn't control the train lighting. The train lighting is controlled from the cab control car. So put the loco up there. And we'll scoot this coach out of the way. So the loco is a brand new tooling from Piko. Beautifully done with all the undercuts. It's quite subtle in the design, and the vents in the roof have real depth to them as well. They've got photo etched grills over them with the ventilation shafts underneath them. Everything is fitted on the loco, so all the handrails are there, they're windscreen wipers. And this silver livery just stands out on this nice smooth loco. And talking of smooth, the mechanism is beautiful. So centrally mounted motor driving all 4 wheels. It's on analog control and it's really sweet. Put it up on the rollers just to show the smoothness as it goes up to the speed. And of course the lights then come up. And the lights have reasonable range at different power. They come up quite early on. Right, I've got the cab control car here and one of the coaches, just to show the sort of interiors. Don't worry about these are peel off window protectors. I've left them on, just stops the windows getting scratched, but they will peel back like a mobile phone cover, and they will come off when you're ready. So the cab control car here has the lighting and tail lights. Actually, the cabin light comes on and the control desks light up as well. And then down the coach, it's fully painted inside. Nice little table decorations as well. And this one has got one of the bar areas in it. So these little pogo tables in there. What's really nice with the bespoke connectors is that the connection is really seamless, right on the corridor bellows. It will go around tight radius corners. I think it's radius 2 as a minimum radius. Full kinematic on the couplings, so they will swing round. Just looks really good. Right, I don't often have the opportunity to do this. There isn't the space in the shop to have a big run, unfortunately. And at home it is a massive imposition, but everyone's away this weekend, so I can set things up for a couple of days, do all the filming this weekend, show some units that I can't normally show as full length. And I'm starting with this Piko Metropolitan. It's the analogue set. It's a glorious livery. I really love sleek silver. The real sets have gone now. Unfortunately, the Metropolitan company folded, and the coaches are now in the standard DB fleet in white with a red stripe, and the locos have returned to plain traffic red. It was a glorious experiment to compete with airlines, and I think it ran from Hamburg to Cologne. The coaches, whilst they look like standard coaches, were hand-built for this particular service and done to a very high standard with real wood interiors. A very luxury line, which is probably, unfortunately, why it failed. So it's very much a 21st century coronation set, and probably ran for about the same amount of time. The Piko version is a collaboration between Piko and Marklin Tricks. Marklin did the 3-rail versions, Piko did the 2-rail versions. And it's a loco and 7 coaches, with the cab control at the end there. They've done it as 2 sets. I wish they'd just done it as one, and I wish they'd packed it in a more sensible sized box, because these huge boxes are ridiculous for postage, and unfortunately everything these days is mail order. So it was the brand new Piko 101, so a really nicely spec'd out model. We'll have a look at the details in a minute. The coaches were done by Marklin, I think. They have interior lighting, which will come up as I get a little bit faster. And they might film it tonight when the lights are... when we can film it in darkness, it will be much more effective. A really glorious set though. I did have the evening now. Got a better chance to see these interior lights. They come on really low. And then they're quite effective at high speed.
Yeah, so they even come on at slower speeds, so it can be quite nice.
So it's dusk now. I'm able to have a look at the lighting close up. You've got the cab lights, instrument cluster lights in there, and then you've got these interiors. This is, as I say, a foil. Oops. So that will peel off. It's just protecting the windows. And then you've got some dedicated interior there with a bar area. And then some, it's more or less standard seating all the way through the other coaches. So there we are, it's one of those really nice sets. It's a shame that the real train didn't catch on. I think it was sadly too expensive. As I say, no expense was spared on the coaches. The coaching stock and the locos returned to Deutsche Bahn. The coaches, the two sets, were used for ICE replacement trains and painted in the white and red livery, which I suspect at one point or other Piko might do as well. But it's one of those great looking sets.